Yeah. Oh my gosh, I gotta dance to get ready for the podcast. Don't click off. I know I posted a link on breaking news, but you gotta hang around. That's the extent of my singing. Really don't leave. I know you saw this link on Reddit under breaking news. It is breaking news. Guess what? Midnight in the Bay podcast is starting now. Ha I'm Alex Woody. I'm a comedian, I'm a dad, and I like to have sex. Oh, and I also like weed and alcohol. Hi. This is episode 155 of this beautiful podcast, and I'd like to tell you something. I'd like to tell you that I saw a house with Christmas lights on already. Not even fucking Thanksgiving, and this guy's got Christmas lights on already. How bored are you with the quarantine? That this guy, he's coming up with chores, right? Just to get out of the house away from the wife or the husband. Hey, it's the Bay Area. Probably got a bear in there, right? This guy puts lights on. You know what it made me think? This guy's a premature ejaculator. Hey, guy. What up, brother? This guy couldn't wait to put up the Christmas lights. This is one of those assholes that puts the music on. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Hey, guy, it's fucking October. Let's get through the Here Comes the Ghost first, right? These people, they love Christmas, and God bless them, right? They're fired up for Christmas. They got nothing else, so God bless them. You know, prematures gotta stick together. COVID cases are spiking, right? Which, you know, gets you thinking. About to throw up. Hang on. Oh my god. Oh, that's called acid reflux, people. That's what happens when you eat and drink too much. I'm fat. Look at the chins. Guy, COVID cases are spiking, and got me thinking, this COVID starting to act like a pesty guest. Like, you know that pesty guest, you have the party, you haven't seen him for a couple years, you catch up, you eat dinner, you drink, you laugh, you play charades. Now it's time to get the fuck out. That's what COVID's like. But COVID doesn't want to get out. It wants to hang around like that pest. That guy that just, oh, what's this mean? Oh, what's this mean? Where'd you guys meet? I think we've talked enough, all right? You drank all the wine, you ate all the food, you're farting, and you just made my dog throw up. You know someone's fart is really bad if it makes a dog throw up. I swear I've never done that before. COVID, it's time to get out. Now. We get it. You make people sick. You make old people die. Ooh, cool magic trick. Well, the dinner party's over, all right? Get your car keys and beat it, all right? And not beat it in front of us. Go beat it at home. Which, by the way, speaking of beat it, I was singing a little Michael Jackson. Beat it, beat it. Then it made me realize, I guess I have sung along with a molester before. Beat it. Speaking of molesters, it was Friday the 13th the other day, which means a reminder that you get from your coworker. Hey. I walked in the other day. Hey. Guess what day it is? The day where you shoot me in the face and end this horrible existence? No, it's Friday the 13th, right? You always get that reminder from the goofy coworker, Sally, right? She's got pencils in her hair, always has free candy. You're trying to watch the weight, but she's pushing it on you. It's Friday the 13th. Great. I'm higher than my mom in the 70s. Thanks. You know, I spent the rest of the day paranoid, thinking a black cat was gonna jump out. I drove down the street and saw a black cat and turned around. It was like seeing a gang member with a gun, like, oosh, I can't be around here. I don't want any bad luck, right? I don't need any bad luck. But it's goofy that I believe in luck, right? It's goofy that, oh my God, 7 years of bad luck if a black cat runs by you. Oh my God, 7 years of bad luck if a mirror breaks you. 7 years of premature ejaculation if you know, you have a small wiener, and like, I don't know why I believe in this, but I do. Do you? I'm like believing in magic. It's almost like believing in magic or ghosts, or God. It's crazy, right? There's always a buddy that you talk to about this, and when you say you don't believe it or something, they go, oh my God, let me tell you this story. I knew a guy, they always known a guy that went by a black cat or a mirror, and now they're in the hospital with nub arms, right? And a wife with a dick. I mean, there's always that guy with the story. I hate those guys with the stories when you're high. You're like, hey, thanks. I'm definitely not paranoid. You know, when I get high, I just want to relax. But there's certain things that help with the paranoia, and I want to lessen the paranoia. And those guys with the stories, it's like this Sally at work, you know? I wanted to strangle her, but if you strangle someone, apparently you go to jail. So we don't want any of that. I wouldn't survive in jail, you know? I don't have luck. I've never carried a rabbit's foot, right? I don't know if I believe in the rabbit's foot. Do you? Right? If the rabbit's foot was such a thing that worked, wouldn't everyone be, oh, I gotta get my rabbit's foot? You'd be hearing about it. Oh, a rabbit's foot. You gotta get the rabbit's foot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And only rich people would be able to afford the rabbit's foot, right? Like people that could afford good luck. It'd be like a Prada rabbit's foot or like a Gucci. You could get a rabbit's foot at Walmart, but the luck only lasts a couple days. But rabbit's feet aren't a thing, right? I remember when I was younger, I thought you got a rabbit's foot at the butcher. I just showed up and they're like, hey, the fuck? Okay, go find your mom, you weirdo. I didn't find a rabbit's foot, but I found a butcher's penis in my mouth. So I did find something that was small and dangly. Yeah, the old rabbit's foot. You know the rabbit's foot? You know it's bullshit. And you know how it probably started? Started with some hipster from Brooklyn that went to the South and saw, you know, rabbit's feet hanging in some Hicks barn, right? A little shopping barn. And he's buying chips, Doritos, right? And the guy's like pulling a prank on the hipster because he knows he's an out-of-towner. Hey, you want the rabbit's foot? Brings you good luck. All the buddies laughing. I can't believe you're doing this, Billy. And the Brooklyn guy's like, yeah, I'll take one. I'll take a couple for my friends and my girlfriends. And soon enough, guys are in New York at the rabbit's foot. No luck or anything. It's just a stupid fashion thing. All started by a prank, right? You know it started. Guy, the rabbit foot doesn't bring anything. Why have it? It's kind of creepy, right? If people think and stop and think, let's change that wording. They would realize they're buying little rabbit's feet for their kids for no reason. It doesn't bring any luck or anything. They're just, right? Kind of creepy. I think people need to realize, like, you're just putting a dead animal's foot in your kid's pants. That's like cutting off a chicken's foot and saying, oh, put this in your pocket for good luck, which I'm sure they do in some countries, right? They cut fingers off and put them in their pockets. You know, the cartels do that. I won't get shot today. Like, that's going to work, Pepe, right? Oh my gosh. The things we think about lit, right? Thank God for Mary Jane. Keeps my mind occupied. I'm thinking about rabbit's feet and how if rabbit's feet was like a rich person's thing, that, you know, a video would be leaked out that the conditions of the witch doctors that make the rabbit's feet aren't good and they're suffering, and white women named Karen would protest against the rabbit feet, horrible conditions. You know that would be a thing. But it's not. And it's pointless to talk about. Yeah. By the way, I hurt my shoulder the other day. I couldn't sleep. I ended up crying, not because of the pain, but because I was watching the Hallmark Channel. Yeah, Titanic, marathon, crying, Jack. You ever notice too when you're in pain? Like I was sitting there, Jack, Hallmark pain. you start becoming religious. You're like, God, help me. You don't even believe in God, right? You talk shit about him and everything, but when you're in pain, you're like, God, I need your help. And then you start becoming a salesperson, right? Hey, if I do this, can you get rid of this? Like, I promise I won't do this, right? You're making deals and shit. And it usually has to do with some sin. I'll stop fucking the cat in the ass if you just help me feel better. Hey, I'll stop jerking off in my tailpipe, you know. Sorry, I want to make it look like my car's going fast with water coming out. Whatever your bullshit is, right? Yeah, this is funny. It's just automatic. Like, I guess there's nothing else to do but scream for an invisible person. I ended up actually going to the doctors. And I walk in, the doctor goes, oh my God, you got a small cock. Jesus Christ, man. And then he asked me how many times I whack it, and he's like, whoa, that's too many. You need to cool it. And then he goes, checks out my shoulder, and he goes, you know, I don't think you should be doing any exercising for a while. You know, strenuous exercises, don't do them. I'm like, Doc, I've been following your directions before I even got them, all right? I'm set. Perfect. Basically, the doctor wants me to be lazy. Perfect. Have you seen these? Have you seen the what is this called? 5 o'clock shadow? It's tough getting old. And I do like 5 push-ups. And I'm like, my muscles. It's probably not old. It's probably just being fat and I need to stretch. But it sucks, right? I feel the oldest when I'm in the car. I'm like that old guy in the neighborhood when I'm in the car. Some car drives fast by me. I'm like, slow down. Act like your kids live here. And just like an old man, when he yells, no one listens, right? You'll yell in your car, it's pointless. It's like a waste of energy. No wonder I'm losing my hair. I just yell and nothing happens, right? That's old guys in the street. I used to do that when I was younger. I'd drive fast in the streets, and guys be yelling, oh my God, people get so pissed. Hey, motherfucker. No kids would be around, just, hey. They'd be dumping the garbage, but they're so fucking bored because they live in the suburbs and they don't do comedy or anything else. They just work and they just want to yell, right? The wife hasn't been sucking it. They don't want to look at porn because they're a good guy. So they're yelling, hey, you can't go fast. And I just remember as a teenager just rebelling, just, fuck you. Zoom! You know, that fueled me, the yelling, hey. Reminded me of my mom, don't take money or jewelry. Zoom! Oh, I was a bad teenager. And the whole thing is when I told my parents my girlfriend was pregnant with my kid, they started laughing. And they go, oh, I can't wait till he's a teenager. Because every parent knows the karma is coming. And I'm realizing that, this kid's gonna be speeding, he's gonna be throwing fireballs and smoking joints and meth and licking on tits, and I'm gonna have to like slow him down and make sure he's all right, and you know, all that. And then I think about the stuff I did with the needles and the rope and the ice cream throwing. You know, I did wild stuff, and this guy's gonna be like, I hope he's not as crazy as me, but it all comes back. All the bad things you did comes back when you had kids, because you turn into your parents. I'm exactly gonna turn to my mom. I'm gonna be screaming on the phone, I can't believe you took a shit on the president's desk. I mean, I can't wait. I really that's my point. I can't wait. And I can't wait to realize karma is real. You know, that's gonna be my favorite. Did I mention I ate a bunch of food, smoked a bunch of weed, and can't really think or talk right now? Did I mention that? Have you ever felt that way where you're just like, I can't think and just, you know? That's the way I feel. I'm like, dude, I just want to go to bed. No one even watches this. No one listens to this. My producer doesn't even listen to the show anymore. He just adds the music in the beginning and the end. You know, people who listen to this, the people that I spam the link on Reddit and Twitter who ask them for recommendations, professional shows, and I put this link on, they're like, oh, cute white guy, oh, funny, and it's just like, this guy, horrible. You know, the old man, no one listens to him. We can agree with that. I tell myself every day I'm not old. And I just have bad hair. That's it. I just have horrible hair. I'm not old, and my head looks like a thumb. You know? I guess I didn't hold my promise when I was sick, because that motherfucker took my hair. I won't jerk off, I won't, This guy, if there is someone higher up, that would be kind of frightening to think about, that if you don't pay attention to being a good person and following the rules, they take your hair, right? That's the whole God thing, right? That's frightening. If that was real, it's like, see all, but you can't see him. Like, he sees all, but you can't see him. That's frightening. That's like the Invisible Man or something. It's just like, God, are you there? And that's why I can never be religious or believe in it. I'm like, they told me, hey, my first day of church, hey, he's with us right now. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta get out of here. What are you talking about? These people are crazy, you know? But if that was real, people would be like, okay, make sure you do everything right. Don't smoke. Don't look at tits. He could take your hair. People would be acting like robots, you know? By the way, music makes you think about the past. Podcasts make you think about the future. And your wife yelling at you makes you think about the present. I hate being here. Hate the present. Back to the podcast. My wife, women especially, the spicy ones, they get jealous pretty easily. The other day, I was on Facebook, and my wife goes, who is that you're looking at? My mom? Oh, yeah. Speaking of chicks getting mad, I remember I dated this chick one time. She, was, sucking. And I would just sit there, because I thought that's what you do. And she got mad. She yelled at me, hey! And I was like, what? Yeah, my penis is in a microphone. She goes, you need to buy me a toy. I'm bored. I'm like, okay, I didn't know I had my penis in a dog's mouth. This is odd. It was the weirdest thing ever. I thought I was hanging out with an animal. Hey, like a dog barking, tennis ball, woo, 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 woo. I'm like, this is horrible. This is the worst podcast, by the way, I'm sorry. But this is horrible, okay? And she legitimately got mad because I wasn't doing anything to her. She didn't say it. So she just, out of the blue, in the middle of, Oral Roberts, she goes, I want a toy. How weird is that? And let me just tell you, the yelling just really threw me off. And I couldn't afford the toy, so we had to break up. She's like, you can't even buy me a tennis ball? I'm like, yeah. Who wants to play catch with their girl, Horrible. I saw this chick, she was checking me out. I swear to God, I was like, this happens like once every 5 years, right? I was like, hey. She's checking me out, and then she sees my wedding ring, okay? And then she looks away. And I go, yeah, you better look away. Of course not. You think I said that? Guys don't say stuff like that. They don't act like that. Women do, okay? Women will be like, can't you see the ring? Right? The diamond? Right? Guys, they never are proud that they're married. They're just married, right? You married? You gotta ask them a couple times. You married? They act like they're deaf. Oh, yeah. Women, you ask if they're married.
Oh yeah, 25 years. We got married in Carmel. I met him in high school. Yeah, I was a cheerleader. He was a football player.
You ask a guy, you know, yeah, met her a couple years ago through a friend. Yeah, brunette. Yeah. You asked a guy about his ring. Oh yeah, she picked it out. You asked a woman about her ring.
Oh yeah, he's that. He got it for me, big diamond. Yeah. I remember when he proposed. Oh my God, he just out roses. He got on one knee.
Women, men, we're so different, aren't we? What is it? Is it the penis? Is it the vagina? If I cut my penis off, will I act like a woman? Will I be more proud of the wedding ring and be more insecure about the chins and looking stupid on YouTube? What is it? It's odd, right? And I want to know, I don't want to research any of it either. I'm one of those guys, I just ask questions and then I go watch Netflix. I forget what Avengers was like. Oh, by the way, I better get this out of the way of this disastrous podcast. Silver Tongue Audio, they're our only sponsor, and I can't believe they still sponsor this podcast, especially after this episode. Yeah, go to their website, silvertongueaudio.org, and you can go download all these incredible, wonderful episodes for free. And then you can also download Dazed and Disturbed, which is a way better podcast. They talk about dark subjects in kind of a light context, so that's fun. All free downloads there, and then what's the other one? Oh, NPC Podcast, Non-Player Character Podcast. They got it right there. It's a video game podcast for people, real entertaining, free downloads right there. You can't beat it. Free, silvertongueaudio.org. The ad is out of the way. That's like the only good thing about this podcast is like, there's one ad. The rest of it's like, ugh. I listen to this because I just want to see if this guy jumps or not, you know? What episode is this guy just gonna quit and scream and holler and get arrested, you know? Seeing a big butt is like 9/11. You never forget. I take dumps that make garbage men look like saints. I mean, look at this. Can you imagine what kind of poops I take? I'm not taking small poops looking like this, you know what I mean? No guy looking like this is taking small poops, right? They gotta be big. Hope you're eating too, by the way. Have you ever used Siri drunk, on your phone? Sorry, I want cocaine. Siri doesn't understand drunk, and I wish it did. I think Google needs to make a translator for drunk. They got a translator for Spanish, French, Chinese, Japanese, Americanese. I think they can come up with a drunk translator, because it's a little awkward when you think you're asking cocaine from your drug dealer, but you're asking it from grandma.
What? What are grams? Eighth? Powder? Chowder? White powder?
Sorry, Grandma, I thought I was talking to Darnell. This is how you can tell a person is the one for you. Do you still like them after you bust? After you come? After you orgasm? You still like them? No? Then hit the road. If you do, they're the one. It's that simple. It's what my grandfather told my dad. It's what my dad told me. They say problems follow people. Well, I follow problems. So take that, creepy. I'm creepy. Some lady yelled at me because I threw ash out my window. She goes, "You're not supposed to do that." Hinting of a fire could start. I just go like this. It's winter time. It's winter time. Bye. And just sped off. People, they don't think. It's wintertime. Nothing can catch on fire in the winter. The fuck? I gotta pull my scientist card out here. Which, by the way, I have 3 degrees. 1 in biochemistry, 1 in duper chemistry, and 1 in blah, 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 blah. I'm losing it finally. This is the episode I lose it on. I got pulled over by a cop the other day. I was in the carpool lane. And the cop pulls me over. He goes, "Where's your second passenger?" I go, "Right there, on the seat." He goes, "A Subway sandwich?" I'm like, "That's a bacon chicken supreme." This cop was a breadist. Didn't even want to consider the... Okay, this is stupid. I tried to get out of a ticket saying there was a sandwich there, and that sandwich was a person. And the cop just looked at me like I was a moron, arrested me, and sent me to a mental institution. Alright? That's where I'm doing this video from a fucking mental institution. You happy now? Oh, things just got awkward. I remember this comic said once, he was supposed to come to a show, and he called me, and he says, "I can't make it." I'm like, "Why not?" He goes, "I have a drug and weed problem." I'm like, "Those are the two same things." He's like, "Well, I also have a weed and alcohol problem." I'm like, everyone has a problem here. I don't like any of this material at all. This is all horrible. Oh, I just want comedy to come back. And I just want to get on a roll, you know? I just feel like things have just been shitty, you know? And I'm just, ugh. You guys just want to hear my set from the other night? Let's just do that. Dude, ugh. Should we play the set from the other night? I can't because I got the phone playing. Oh, this is the worst fucking podcast. Alright, let's finish the jokes. I was talking to my son, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, you're not fat, you're chubby." And I'm like, "Of course." That's not even a joke. That's just true shit. Women always get upset when it takes you a while to come. They act like they're waiting for Uber Eats. They're like, "Where is it? It's been like an hour." Then when it gets there, they're not hungry anymore. "I thought you were in the mood to eat." "Not anymore. Put it away or eat without me." That's kind of funny. I kind of like that. This is kind of the behind the scenes of the podcast, because I'm just so fucking tired, and it's just, ugh. Fuck. I think that's it. I think that's the show. On the audio version of this podcast, it's available on all podcast platforms. I'm gonna post my set from the San Francisco show last Friday. So if you want to go to that and listen, you can. It was a great crowd, fun show. So anyways, yeah, sorry I'm not in the mood to do the podcast. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like maybe I got hit by a truck. Maybe I'm drunk. I don't know. But, yeah, that's the show, guys. Yay! Happy you guys listen. Yeah.